Today we are going to be putting sort of abstracted tree on top of our watercolor pencil sunrises that we did last class. But first, before we do that, we're going to practice. So just get out a piece of white drawing paper, and we're going to just basically draw lightly in pencil where we had, our mountains and we had our ground line, just so that we understand what we're practicing for. And the first color that I need you to get out is going to be blue, because our tree is going to be in blue. So I'm going to start with that. And we're going to offset our tree a little bit to the left, okay? So it's not going to be hugging the left side, but it's going to sort of come down the left side. So through this gap here is going to be where the trunk is. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, and we're going to do it right in in oil pastel, because you can't really draw on top of your painting and effectively erase. So we're going to practice this first on white paper, and then we will put it onto our final. So we're going to first draw the trunk, so offset to the left, more room here, so showing our two mountains and our single over here. And I know we're cropping part of it off. That's fine. So now in the bottom, we're going to start with the roots. We're going to make these sort of triangles, and they're going to be curved triangles. And we'll do one on each side, so something like that. Then we're going to add more. And sometimes I'm going to add a short one. Sometimes I'm going to add another long one. Sometimes I'm going to add a double. And I'm going to do it until I get to the other side. And it should not look symmetrical. We're not trying to do 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Ideally, it should have some different lengths, okay? In the top part of our tree, we want this to reach all the way out to the edges. So on this side, we're going to go up and go out on the side here. And on this side, we're going to go tighter, out lower. Now, here, we're going to treat this just like the roots. We're going to make these small triangles that gradually get bigger at the base. So we're going to do that for both. And then we're going to add on to this one with another triangle here that then meets with that. Here we're going to do one down. And each time we're at the tip getting smaller and then going to bigger. So then I'm going to come up here, I'm going to go out here, come back down, and then I'm going to split that. So I'm like making these Ys. And I've got room for another one, which is great. I'm going to come up, and then I'm going to get thicker as I come down. And if you've got room, you can add another one. This is where, and so at no point should we be going straight across. We're always meeting at this point here if we need to add another one. So in here, these should all look like V's, okay? That shape right here, never straight across. If you're tempted to go straight across, add another one. Then we're going to start adding to this. So I'm going to add another one here. And I'm going to add another one here. I'm going to add a small just stick here just to give it some variety. Now, in here I'm going to start adding my small branches. So I'm going to go small branch, and I'm always making these into Ys. Sometimes they're little Ys at the top, sometimes they're bigger. Sometimes I might just add another stem, which would make a Y with my bigger branch. But I'm thinking that they're always curved, and I'm adding sometimes just a little branch here or there. But each time, vary the size, vary the shape, and I'm going to fill my background, or fill my empty spots in here with smaller branches, okay? All right, so something like that. Then I'm going to come inside. I'm going to make some small hatch lines in here. I'm not trying to color the whole thing, but I'm going to fill quite a bit of it. Okay, I'm going to actually go now over the hatch marks lightly with my oil pastel, and I'm going to start filling in the Ys up here, like the branch parts, okay? Because I want to lay down some blue in there, but I'm going to give it some texture here. so it'll be filled and get some texture. And then I'm going to go on top of that with my white. And I'm going to be like adding small texture on that. And it's going to give me some, it's not going to be white, they're going to be light blues as they mix with the dark blue. And I'm going to let it follow up some of the branches, and it'll go right up on top of them. Okay. And if I miss, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm trying to sort of stay inside there. But if I go out a little, it's not a huge deal. Okay. So there is the branch part. Okay, and then I'm going to cut into all those. I'm going to do the same things down in here, making sure I add this white. And that'll give me some light blues. It sort of takes away, when we do it on our good one, it'll take away the background inside the tree, so I won't see the sunrise or sunset. Then we're going to be doing this. You're going to need your green, so you'll have a dark green and a light green. We're going to go dark green at the back. Okay, right on top of that line. And then we're going to do sideways hatches. And we're definitely not trying to fill in here. We're just doing some short little like chicky peck hatches is what I call them. And then we're going to take our light green and we're going to fill down at the bottom with our light green just to create some bright visual texture. You don't want to forget those areas in there. Very good. And then the last thing is we're going to take our violet oil pastel, and we're just going to add to the tops of our mountains. Okay, so we're going to add here, we're going to add here, and we're like draw the line, and then we'll scribble down. So draw the line, and then we'll scribble down. So draw the line, and then I'm going to scribble like up and down this back side, just to give it like an accent. Okay, and that will be it for our practice. Next, we will put this onto our good background.